There's all this talk about Kyrie and Durant wanting to form their own super team and where they would go, where the cap money is, and I don't know. So we'll find out. That's why the Celtics didn't get rid of Rozier.
No, that's a big reason why they didn't.
The problem is if he's someplace with Durant, he's not going to be just the man. So
no, you don't know what he's thinking, what Kyrie's thinking. I mean, I have a lot to. I mean, I know what's going on in his head. You know, he wants to be the man. You know, I've been at games. I've watched him play. It's all about him. It's not about the team. So I really don't care what he does, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I mean, I at this point, there's been a lot of rumors that Tatum has said that he'd be happy to go to another team so he could be the man. Everybody wants to be the man. It's understandable. That's where the shots are. That's where the money is. That's where the perks are.
But, I mean, you look at the situation. I mean, the superstars in basketball run the league. Everybody knows that. And it's getting ridiculous because, you know, I said when we were talking, I was talking with friends of mine, and I said before the trade deadline they should have got rid of Kyrie. I said, why don't they try to go to a team like San Antonio and try to get DeRozan for Kyrie? I mean, you're not going to have and San Antonio might go for it. Maybe Kyrie likes Popovich. You know, who knows? And maybe he liked playing with them. But you would think that San Antonio would have a shot with Kyrie playing point on that team. And the Celtics would get a guy like DeRozan. I know DeRozan's not a point guard, but he's a scorer. They have a lot of scorers, but if they were going to make a move for Davis, who knows if Davis would come, you know, unless Kyrie was there. But I would have made the move because in life, you don't want anybody that doesn't respect you.
Well, the other thing
he doesn't respect the fans. He doesn't respect the Celtics. All he respects is himself and no one else.
Well, you want people on your team that are happy to be on your team in the long run. And certainly you don't necessarily get that feeling that he's overwhelmingly happy here, although he should be able to get the most money here.
Here's the best way to describe him. He gets mad at Hayward. Hayward, an all-star, about all last year, who may be a better team player than Kyrie is, healthy. I saw him 2 years ago when he played against Golden State in the playoffs. And he was one of the best players, including the Golden State players. Played really good against Durant. I saw that. Now he's out all last year. Because he didn't get him the ball, because he's waiting all day to make his move, number one, and Tatum came open, he gets on Hayward. If I was Hayward, I would have got right in his face and told him to back off. That's one reason. The second one, I'm at the LA Laker game. He knew it was a national televised game. Everybody's at the Garden. They're going nuts. He thought it was all about him. He blew the game. He stunk in the game. Didn't want to count on anybody else, wanted to take the big shots. And he always wants to take the big shots. You remember him last year before he got hurt? The one thing I would say, he doesn't care about the other players. He wants to take every big shot. I mean, he's talented as anything, but you know, I don't want to root for a guy like him.
Well, you need the big stars to take the big shots.
No, I mean, I can get over it. I mean, I'm really upset at Kyrie now. You know, you look at him, he missed 6 out of the Celtics' last 10 or 11 games. Missed the games. One time he said his shoulder was a little sore. The other time his hip was a little sore, so he didn't go to Cleveland. But he knew that the Celtics was going to be playing the Lakers and the Clippers that weekend at the Garden. So he doesn't go, why go to Cleveland? He could have went there and played. So he goes against the Lakers, tries to run the whole show against the Lakers. It was a disgrace. He knew he was on national TV. But, I mean, I could get over it if he plays really good. And just like I got over Brady for not going to the practices in the summertime, and Gronk, you know, putting on a show. You know, now, you know, you watch how they played, and so I can get over all that if he ends up signing with the Celtics and he ends up playing the way I hope he can play, average of 12 assists a game, which he could easily 10 to 12, get everybody involved, and stop knocking the younger players.
Well, the good news is they played a little bit better before the All-Star break. Gordon Hayward is coming along. He's got his production higher. He's making a lot more shots. If you watch the games, you see that he's taking the ball into the paint, whereas he wasn't willing to take the ball into the paint early in the season. And hopefully they get Baines back soon, because Baines is really important to that team, because when they go up against teams with strong rebounding, they're really suffering because they're just not getting enough rebounds.
Oh, Embiid hates playing against them. But you know the guy that's playing the best? You know, Kyrie's the best player. All right, he's the best, talent-wise, the best player on the team, talent-wise. But Tatum is not the second best player. Tatum's the fourth best player on that team right now. Hayward's a better player than Tatum. And Horford's playing better than Tatum. Horford's having a tremendous season.
Yeah, Tatum, to me, he's not all in on defense. You know, he has the ability to be a good defensive player, but he doesn't always have the commitment. Probably because typical young NBA star, you get paid to score points, not to stop other teams from scoring points.
You know, people have told him that too. You want the money, get your average, keep your average up, and all that. And you know, I was a big Tatum fan last year. You know, I love Tatum. You know, the way he played, I was a big Brown fan. But when they say Tatum's the second best player, second option, he's not. The second option is Hayward on that team. Hayward should, I'm hoping that Stevens realizes it now. Hayward should be starting. He started last game because Smart and Morris were out. So he got the start. Or one of them was out. I think Morris was out.
Yeah, Morris has been injured a little bit more, and his play has trailed off a little bit. And fortunately, Hayward's playing better. People say you can't have too many good players. Well, you really can have too many good players because there's just not enough minutes to make them all happy.
But, you know, eventually when the playoffs come, you know, it should be Hayward playing 35 minutes a game. He should, you know, especially if he keeps going in the right direction, because he understands the game. He understands how to break down a defense, how to pass the ball, finish at the basket, hit the open shot. And if he, you know, he's getting back to where he was. He's playing really good ball. He's going strong to the basket. Again, let him play 35 minutes. Get him. It's a shame he's out for tonight's game. He sprained his ankle, working out with Ojale. But he is in, you know, the thing about Tatum, he doesn't play good defense, like you said. He never passes the ball. The only time he'll pass the ball is if he doesn't have a shot. You know, so that's why right now when people say he's the second best player, he's not. Right now, he's the fourth best player. He's with the potential to be a superstar.
Horford, when healthy, is so important to that team because he's such a good distributor.
And he's shooting the ball good.
Yeah, he has shot the ball well.
He has really been...
Not just threes, mid-range shots. He's really good.
I would say with Kyrie out, he's been the best player. I mean, they've got players all around. I mean, Morris has good games, Brown, Tatum. They have a lot of talented players. But, you know, the thing, you know, that everybody worries about is Kyrie. Well, if Kyrie goes, they're going to have to keep Rozier. They're going to have to sign Rozier. But I think if Kyrie does go, they should forget about Davis. Let these young players mature. You still have Hayward. You still have Horford. And get a guard somehow. With either your draft picks, they have a few draft picks, or a free agent. Get a guy who can play defense, hit the open shot, and really move the ball around. He doesn't have to be a superstar. Just keep everybody involved, but able to hit the open shot and play D.
Well, there's a paucity of people who want to pass anymore. Maybe, like I know you really like Ball a lot. Maybe Ball on the right team, who's willing to pass, and in fact looks to pass over shooting. He might be good. I mean, I can't see the Celtics making any kind of deal with the Lakers, but I don't think Ball's. He's been hurt a lot. And he hasn't been very productive when he plays.
Ball would be tremendous on the Celtics. I mean, healthy-wise.
Yeah.
He'd be tremendous. With those players, he would be unbelievable, and they would love playing with him. I know Brown. People are saying, well, Brown doesn't pass the ball to Hayward. Brown loves playing with Hayward because Hayward passes him the ball. He knows when Rozier has the ball, there's dribble, jump shot, or if he's not able to get a shot off, he'll pass. He knows when Tatum gets the ball, forget about it. Tatum's going to shoot. He knows when Morris gets the ball, forget about it, because Morris is going to shoot. The only one in that team besides Kyrie.
Well, Marcus Smart will pass.
Yeah, but Marcus Smart doesn't fit that offense. You know my feeling about him. He should be a backup. Put him on if a guy's hot, bring him in the game, play defense. Shouldn't play more than 20 minutes a game. Not on that team. He shouldn't take minutes away from Brown, Hayward, or Tatum. He's not good enough. You know, people love him when he's playing really good. I mean, I've seen so many games when he's out there. He's 2 for 8. I know he was hitting the 3. He had a good stretch.
Well, he had a good stretch, but then he went 0 for 18.
But Ron, he doesn't fit that offense. He doesn't fit the offense. Watch him. Sometimes he's in a fog. You know, make a pass like this. He's looking there, a bounce pass. It'll hit somebody in the knee. And then the other day when he took those 2 3-pointers in the fourth quarter, you know, he missed one. When he should have realized the first one he missed was just caught the rim. So then he gets the ball back and shoots it again. A lot of them do that. The second one hit the rim. He just wasn't on that day. But he doesn't understand when he's not on. So he'll go 2 for 10, 2 for 11. He just doesn't fit. When they look the best is when, believe it or not, Rozier's out on the floor, who I'm getting upset about because he doesn't look the pass. When Rozier's on the floor with Hayward, say Brown, Horford, maybe Tatum, or someone else, even Morris out there, they move the ball a lot better.
Well, when they're playing well, they get high 20s or low 30s in assists. And when they're not, it's down around 20 because they got a lot of guys who are ball-centric, as you said, who you know, especially Morris, Rozier, and Tatum, they just don't look to pass at all.
But you know what's funny? We were talking about that, and then people are looking at me like, wow, you're right. I said, you watch every game? They go, yeah. Okay. I said, how many times have you seen altogether Morris, Rozier, Brown, and Tatum? How many times have you seen them make a good pass? You can put all 4 of them together. Tell me how many great passes you've seen from the 4 of them. And they're thinking and thinking and thinking. And the best pass Morris made was when he penetrated and dished to Hayward for a 3. But that's one time. But just think about it. I watch all the games. How many times have you seen those 4 players make a good pass?
Yeah, it's
probably 5 times all year.
well, my coach, again, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, Sonny Lane, who was the athletic director at Melrose for a long time, said the 2 statistics that he valued most to identify how a team was playing were assists and rebounds. Now, obviously, if you're getting a lot of assists, you're getting open shots because that's where assists usually come into play. And if you're getting rebounds, you have possession. And you cannot be successful without possession of the basketball. So I think that's a good guideline, assists and rebounds.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I loved when I played passing the ball. I could care less about scoring. I loved getting the ball to someone, making a nice penetrate dish. And you know, I wasn't a good player, but I loved passing. And you look nowadays, how many guys really appreciate passing, really care?
Right. The guys that you look back through the years, John Stockton especially with Utah, passing to Karl Malone. Oh, Pete Maravich.
Nash.
Yeah, Nash.
Oh, Maravich. Yeah.
Magic Johnson, great passer.
That's why I like ball. Who else?
Yeah.
How many guys in the NBA that really can break down a defense and dish the ball and get the ball? Playing with ball, those Celtics, Brown and them and Tatum, every one of them, they'd be cutting, they'd be moving open spots. You don't see that in the Celtics offense. It's all one-on-one.
Right. The new style of basketball is the scoring point guard, which that's fine if you're if that's the style you're going to play. But at other levels of basketball, that's not necessarily going to get you championships.
But the one thing about the Celtics, though, even if Kyrie leaves, you know, they still may make the finals this year. Who knows if they take? You know, they get a big game tonight. They get Toronto. You don't know. But even if Kyrie leaves, they got to get that guard. They got to get one more guard with the team they have now, and they'll be battling. Milwaukee's strong now in Toronto, but Leonard's leaving. If he goes to L.A., now you got Milwaukee. You know, how are they going to sign all those players now? But, you know, that's the big thing. Get that guard. You don't need a superstar guard. They're still going to be very competitive. You know, as a basketball fan, the thing that makes me sick of people that say, oh, if you don't win a title, it's been a bad season. Well, they thought they had a chance this year, but I go to a lot of the games. I want to see a good team. I want to see a team that hustles, plays great defense, gets the fans excited. You know, that's what I want. I mean, I'd love to see them win a championship, but that's not the big thing for me. You want a team to be competitive, and you want them to entertain you.
Well, it's pretty hard to see anybody beating Golden State this year.
I don't know. I think a team from the East, whoever wins in the East, could give them a battle.
Well, the one area that that Golden State tends to, they're not really great at rebounding. Now, who do you like better, Toronto or Milwaukee?
I think Milwaukee. They're going to be tough. Tonight's going to be a good.
Milwaukee's really developed an offense where they can really score on the perimeter.
And they picked up another shooter.
Right, and then you have Antetokounmpo, who's ridiculous. I mean, the guy is just ridiculous.
You know, and Kyrie's going to be huge against both those teams because he's going to want to beat them. You know, so, but look at their last 14 games run when people say, they won 9 out of 10 going into the Laker game. The game they lost was the Golden State game, and that's when Kyrie hit 4 threes in the second quarter in a row. Celtics were ahead. No one was covering them. They had a mental breakdown, the Celtics, in that game. So
Curry hit 4 in a row.
Curry. Yeah, when Curry hit 4 in a row. And then now they've won 9 out of 10 to go against the Lakers.
They're ahead 18 against the Lakers.
And the Lakers hit 8 out of 8 3-pointers in a row. They're not playing good
they didn't cover anybody.
And then the Clippers are ahead by 28. But you look at all those games. I know it's if, but they won 9 out of 10. They don't blow those 2 games to the Lakers and the Clippers.
Right.
They win their last 2.
Right. They could have won the games any time. So, you know, it's easy to second guess. But the bottom line is you're not going to win that many games when you're giving up 125 points.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
129 in one of the games.
Well, I know. You have nobody to blame except yourself if you're giving up that many points.